Hey you guys, welcome back to P.Paige channel. Today we're going to be doing crawfish and spinach braid. It's so delicious. So these are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need one bell pepper, onion, celery, green onions, crawfish, spinach, shrimp and crab barrel, mayo, Dijon mustard, Old Bay, Creole season, garlic powder, onion powder. Of course you're going to need your French braid, and these are the cheeses that I will be using. So these are the cheeses. So let's get started. Okay, now that we're about to chop all our seasoning up. I chop it up so it could fit in my thing, so I can blend all my seasoning up. Put it in here. Chop my onion. Just put it down so it could fit in here. I'm gonna be using about this like a one onion. Bell pepper. So I'm gonna finish cutting all my seasoning up and blending everything up, and I'll be right back. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, y'all also gonna need a half a stick of butter for this recipe. So we're gonna melt our butter. I'm gonna melt that. After, we're gonna be adding our chopped vegetables and our crawfish. Just let that melt. We're about to add our chopped vegetables. And I also forgot to tell you guys you're going to need a tablespoon of this garlic in here. We're going to let this cook about 5 minutes. We'll add the garlic, then we're going to add the crawfish. Now we're going to add our tablespoon of garlic in there and cook for, say, another few minutes. You want your vegetables to get a little soft. After this, let this cook. And then we'll be adding our crawfish. Y'all, this recipe here, I normally just do it with the crawfish. I usually just do crawfish, but I was like, it may be good with spinach, and I love spinach and I love crawfish. So I was like, I'm gonna try this together. And I tried it, for me and my kids, and they loved it. I loved it. It was so good. So, and it smelled good in here already. And I ain't add the crawfish and everything else into it. Just there's garlic and there's vegetables and butter. It smells so good. Now we're about to add our crawfish. You want all the juices. That's flavor. Roll this up. You cook this on like a medium heat. I'm telling y'all, if you never tried it, try it. So good. We're gonna mix all this up together, and we're gonna start adding our spices, everything to this. Okay. I'll be adding our Creole seasoning. I say about a teaspoon. Same for the Old Bay. Gold powder. Onion powder. A little paprika for color. And also our parsley for color. Okay. I'm going to mix all this up. Just like this. Let everything get all blended up together. And we're going to let this cook for a few minutes before we add our spinach. We're going to let this cook, I say about 5 or 6 minutes. And then we're going to add our spinach to this. We're going to let this cook just like this. We're going to add a little bit of this because this is very strong and it could be very, very spicy. So we're just going to use a little, just to give it that seafood flavor. We're just going to use just a half a cap. This all you need. You can see that. That's it. It's strong. If you put too much, your stuff will be too spicy to eat. So a half a cap that's all you're gonna need. Let this cook 2 or 3 more minutes, and we're gonna add our spinach. Man, it smells so good in here. It really truly does. And I'll be using this much. You don't need a lot of spinach. Just a little. Just like that. Okay, mix all this up. like that. That's enough spinach for me right there. You don't want to put too much. That's good enough for me. But you can add how much spinach you want. You know, you make like a lot of spinach, but with this recipe, just a handful is just enough for me. Like that. Okay, we took it out the pan and put it in a bowl to cool so we can add our rest of ingredients. So we'll be adding our Dijon mustard and all our cheeses. And we'll be adding to our bread after that. Okay, now that it cooled a little bit, we're gonna be adding, I say about a cup and a half mayo. A half a cup I meant to say, I'm sorry. A half a cup. And a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I'm gonna mix all that up together. Smells so good. Okay. So you want it to kind of look like this. I don't know if you can see it. But I think I'm gonna add a little more. Just a little more now. That should do it right there. And after you mix your mayo, your Dijon mustard, then we're about to add our cheese. And make sure you save some cheese on the side for the top before the oven. So it's a half a cup of Colby. Cup of Parmesan cheese. Half a cup Mexican style cheese. Alright, and we're gonna mix all this up. That's it. So everything's all mixed up. Your crawfish, spinach, your vegetables, your seasoning, mayo, Dijon mustard. Now after this, we're going to be cutting up our bread and putting it on our bread. Show you guys that in a little bit. Okay, for our French bread, we're just going to cut it just like this, straight down the middle. Okay, open it up. side of this. You want to take some of this braid out because you don't want all that braid. So we're going to take some of that braid out the middle. Just a little. Then we're going to take it. Put in little pieces like this. Okay. And I'm going to show y'all how I do it. Take some of the crawfish and spinach mix and put it just like this. Just lay it down like this. Just spread it around so it fill the bread. Like that. I'm telling you, this is good. So delicious. Okay, and after we do all these braids, then we're gonna top it with cheese and put it in the oven. So we're gonna take a pan and we're gonna cover it with foil. We're gonna spread with non-stick spray. Just like that. And we're going to lay our bread on the pan. Just like that. And top it. I top mine with Colby. Tap it. Just like that. Okay. Let's tap it. Alright, and then we're gonna make it all pretty. I'll put some paprika on top. Some parsley. Just like that. Now this is gonna go in the oven 10 or 15 minutes and it's done. And we're gonna eat. Here go our spinach and crawfish braid out the oven. That looks so good. So my daughter about to taste it on camera.
To Pages.
How it taste?
So good.
Told y'all, we love it.
It's good.
It's so good.